G'day fellas and welcome to A Casted Game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing as the Abbasid Dynasty, we have got Puppypaw. Towards the north side of the map, playing as the Rus, we've got Beastie Cutie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Golden League. This is game number 2 in the series between these two absolute Giga Chads. They've made it all the way to the Final Four. That is correct. If you're watching this on YouTube, which of course you are, because that's the only place you can watch this, I'm not streaming it live on Twitch, then I want you to go and check out Golden League. It is happening. It's going to be the grand finals are going to be 15 GMT on Sunday. That is correct, the 29th of May. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now and you're looking at your clock and like, hold on a minute, that's in a couple minutes, that's in a couple hours. Go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can find it because a certain someone might be casting the grand finals and I reckon you should go check it out because let's just put it this way. It's a big tournament. It's a big event. Let's have a look over at Puppypaw, see how he's doing. Playing as the Abbasid Dynasty. Obviously, the Abbasid Dynasty have received a few buffs recently. Most importantly, I think the biggest one is that their House of Wisdom, the tier 1 techs only take 30 seconds now. So you might look at that and think, it's not that much. And to be honest, you're right. But but at the same time, there's a fair bit of difference there, and I'll explain them. So obviously, the techs have gone down from being, I think they were like a minute. Or 45 seconds. Oh, no, actually, no. I think they were a minute. So they were a minute, and now they've come down to 30 seconds. And so when you're looking at fresh foodstuffs, it basically means that you're paying 1.5 less, or for 1.5 less villages. So it's not a big deal, but the big part comes in when your preservation of knowledge timing comes in. And so typically you're going to be thinking about, from Puppypaw's perspective, you know, he's aging up with maybe 2 town centers. He's, you know, about 13 minutes in. He wants to get all of his tier 2 upgrades. You know, that's like your big, you know, acid distillation, your you know, all the tier 2 ones. You know, +2 ranged armor, +2 range attack, all of that. And normally what you wanted to do was make sure that you didn't wait. We got a little bit of a problem over here. What you would want to do is make sure that you wait for preservation of knowledge to come through. But the issue was that preservation of knowledge took so damn long to come through because it was a tier 1 and it took like a minute to research that people were just like, yeah, you know what, I'm not even going to wait for it anymore. I'm just going to research it. You know, I need my veterancy now. I'm not going to get the upgrade you know, in 30 seconds or a minute when it's cheaper. I'm just going to get it now. And so what you've seen players do then, and beautiful little mill trick right there, he's going to deposit all of that wood that he's got in this mill. So you can take a look and see that this villager is chopping. This is such a smart play. This is a beautiful little trick there from Puppypaw. Oh, 50 wood, and now I can put down the lumber camp over here. Doesn't have to walk back, doesn't have to do anything. Beautiful stuff right there from Puppypaw. Absolutely love it, mate. And this villager hopefully should put down the lumber camp any second. Age up about to come through. There we go. Economic wing. Lumber camp, lumber camp, lumber camp. There it goes. Lumber camp down. And I think he even gets it in there nice and close as well because he chopped down that tree. Yeah, so the big thing is that you're able to wait for that now. Obviously, for those urgent upgrades, like if you're getting attacked, you need veterancy right now. You need +2 right now. But for those bigger ones, like your +2 wood cutting, your +2, your you know, horticulture, fertilization, all those big sort of upgrades, then you can wait for it. And that's where I really think this buff comes in. It makes the Abbasid Dynasty quite a better civ. Obviously, when they, you know, dealing up with, say, the Rus, it's probably not as strong as of a civilization. But I think on a map like this, it's probably one where they are favored just because of the extra berry patches that do spawn here on this map. You can see he's got plenty of berries extra that he's going to be able to come and sneak over and grab these, hopefully. Now, obviously, this map is Lippany. One of the things to note about Lippany is typically it doesn't have a lot of cliffs generating. Not this version of the map. No, there is a lot of cliffs on this map. So let's take a look and see what Beastie Cutie would have to wall off if he wanted to wall off his base. Well, I don't think he has to wall off that, or actually, I think he might have to wall that off. And then he's probably going to be able just to leave this part open, but you could very easily wall this off and justify a big wall coming around over to this side, but no, there is a tree line blocking it, and basically all he just needs to do is wall to the edge of the map. So you can see, obviously people do talk about Lippany as this kind of open map, but to be honest, it's really not. Not when you get spawns like this, which are kind of crazy. By the same token, if we take a look from the perspective of Puppypaw and see where he would need to wall off, it's a little bit different, because he's got a wall off here, you can wall off to that side like that. His front is very open. It is a very, very open front, and his backside's quite open as well, which isn't the best thing to do. You know, having an open back I'm going to stop myself right there, sorry. But upgrades now coming through, fresh foodstuffs, as well as that wheelbarrow. In fact, he didn't go for an early wheelbarrow. Look at that, Puppypaw changing up the meta a little bit, rushing up for that second town center without the wheelbarrow. And to be honest, I like this. I think this is smart. Getting the fresh foodstuffs, definitely a mandatory thing, but going for this second town center extra fast. And look at the scout numbers that are coming out right now for Beastie Cutie. He's got 4 scouts up. You can see him trying to bait in all of the scouts in towards the town center. Beastie Cutie just being so damn strong. And you can tell that Puppypaw knew exactly what Beastie Cutie was up to, and as a result, he's just going to get him stuck in here and try and deal with this. But we'll take a look over at Beastie Cutie and see what he's got coming. It doesn't look like there's anything in production for him at the moment. Villagers are actually moving out towards the boar. We had a couple that just picked up a wolf on the way. He's at 330 bounty at the moment, so not a bad amount of bounty to be on, especially with that next boar that comes in, which is going to give him a total of over 400. So a very, very decent amount of bounty that he's going to be getting. Obviously, there is a second boar on the map as well, but it is one that's kind of far away, a little bit stuck. But boar coming down now. Looks like it's just going to be attacking that scout. You can see it's slowly losing health. He's going to be getting that bounty, though. 75 gold going over for him. 405 bounty in total. Not a bad little amount. We'll check in over with Puppypaw and see how he goes, because he's dropped down that second town center already. And now the question is, where does he go from here? He spots out what Beastie's up to. He knows that Beastie's going for that boar hunt. But behind this, what is the Rus player doing? Because that's the big question. With the Rus, there are so many things that they've got available for them. So as an example, second town center, easy. I'm just gonna buy 300 stone. I want to go for a fast castle. Easy. I'm just gonna sell 300 wood. Easy. There's so many things. Oh, age 3 or age 2 aggression. Super duper easy. I'm just gonna put down my wooden fortress and I'm gonna make my forward base right here. Beastie Cutie, though, going to be under a little bit of pressure. We can see that wooden fortress is almost up. By the time the horseman gets in, makes its first stab, the horseman is unfortunately going to be taken out by that wooden fortress. So forking out quite a bit of extra cash over here. One of the things that we have actually seen players do is look to put a second town center on the boar, but not going to be the case today. But Puppypaw has a really nice lockdown over here. That second town center is finally coming up. I feel like we saw that second town center coming up a long time ago, but I guess it's only just coming up now. But one of the big things to note is we've also got our first Lancer, or first Knight, coming out for Beastie. We'll check in with his base and see what he's up to. It looks like a Blacksmith going to be coming out. So looking to really just stick in with that potential feudal age play. Obviously, we spotted out the archery rangers coming down for him as well. Just taking his time with it. 3 archery rangers on the front side here. Knight going to be running into that woodline. Villager going to be careful. Was that a double attack? I'm not sure if you guys saw that. There was a charge into an attack. That villager survived with 1 health. That thing's barely alive. Whew, that was damn close. But now that Knight continuing to just be absolutely, I don't even know what the word is, like ravenous. It's just hunting, it's looking, it's looming. It's just got everything out going for it. Horseman going to be taking out some pretty hefty damage, but we do see an archer going to be making its way out onto the field. Interestingly, not going into camels. I don't know whether that was a miss micro, miss click potentially, but that archer not going to be able to do too much up against the Knight archer composition that his enemy is bringing out. But I guess he could be going into archers here just because his enemy is going, like, we know that he's going to be doing a very heavy composition, Beastie will. But another raid going to be coming through. You can see he's not even trying to attack the villagers. He's just trying to bait the villagers inside that outpost. But not going to be successful. Back towards Beastie's base. We'll check and see exactly what he's up to. Plenty of villagers back over here on wood. Beastie actually going to be housed for a short amount of time right now. We can see he has reached population capacity. This is a high-octane game, and there is a lot on the line. So it's understandable that he might get himself a little bit population blocked. We can see he's rushing up a house over on that eastern side, but he's been blocked. He's been blocked for quite some time. Town center, fortunately, not going to be blocked for too long. Second stable coming up. Gold mine also coming in for Beastie. So he's looking to really invest heavily in his future. That is for sure. We'll tune in with his opponent and see what Puppypaw is up to as that first camel makes its way out onto the field. He's got those double villagers coming out non-stop. Villager count at the moment, 37 versus 31. So starting to pull ahead, Puppypaw is. So keep in mind, Beastie in this matchup, typically what he would do is look to try and age up, take the relics, then add a second town center. And then even potentially a third town center as well would also be an option for him. But Libany is one of those maps where you do tend to see games go longer. And as this game does go longer, that is going to favor the Abbasid player because of the Camel Archer. In the late game, the Camel Archer is just such a strong unit, so difficult to deal with, and it very effectively counters the Streltsy because it's able to, not kite, but able to continue moving back. The Streltsy just wants to stand still and shoot. And that's why in certain matchups, like against the Holy Roman Empire, the Streltsy are really, really strong. Or against the English, they're very, very strong because they just want to stand and shoot. And that's exactly what the English or the or the Holy Roman Empire want to do. They just want to stand and shoot, or in that case, swing their shields and swing their swords. But for the Abbasid, it's a little bit different. They've got that range on that Camel Archer. The Beastie now going to be under a little bit of a threat. We can see the Horsemen are moving forward. They've got some archers in their sights. And now they get all their spears, begin poking them forward and looking to cause some havoc. Jumping inside that stealth forest is going to continue working back towards this forward base. He's always going to be able to fall back towards this wooden fortress and provide a little bit more cover. We'll have to wait and see whether those villagers decide to jump in that outpost, and indeed they do. And with that, firing off a whole bunch more arrows. And you can see the numbers have just dwindled so massively for his opponent. And Beastie Cutie looking to take Puppypaw to school right now. This isn't looking good for Puppypaw. He has definitely misjudged this situation. Not enough spears, definitely seems the case. Maybe a little bit too many archers, perhaps. But what is certain is that Beastie Cutie's numbers looking very good, very healthy, and we continue to see more and more lancers coming in right now for Beastie. He is looking to clean this up, and this is where it gets really hard for his opponent, because at this point in time, Puppypaw, he's sitting here on the 2 town centers. He thinks everything's fine, but the problem is Beastie is going to be going into that siege engineering, and indeed we see that siege engineering coming through right now. And this is where the cleanup comes in. I mean, if you're looking for a clinic on how to play the Rus, this is it. This is it. This is 100% it. Let's take a look and see. He's got double broadaxe as well. He knows 100% what he's doing. He's one of the best players in the world. You wouldn't be surprised to know it. But now the knight numbers starting to thicken up. He's got 4 of those bad boys out. Archer mass looking good for him. And the question is, what does Puppypaw do from here? How does he play against this? Because typically against knights in the feudal age, you probably don't want to be running horsemen against them. You might want spears. But the problem is the composition that his enemies got. Beastie Cutie has got an absolute answer to those spearmen already. And so now we see for Puppypaw that he is beginning to add farms around his base. And this is never the position you want to be at 11 minutes into this game. And you can see we talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm trying to sneak some villagers up towards the west side of the map, and it is not going to be happening today. No sirree, Bob. Puppypaw going to get found out, and Beastie Cutie knows exactly what he's up to. He's scouted out the map, and you can see he's got scouts all over the map. He's controlling the food. He says, I know that there's deer here. I know that there's berries here. I know that there's berries here. I know that there's deer here. I've controlled these. So where else is he gathering food from? Because he's got farms going up in his base, but that can't be everything. Is he out here? Well, no, he's not. He's going right here. He's going right for the corner. Outpost coming down in the corner as well. Puppypaw definitely getting pushed to the limit now. Battering ram going to be coming in. Village is going to get pulled as well with it. But a little bit of a preemptive battering ram right there. Ideally, you'd love to see those archers come in with it. I don't see any villagers out here to repair this. But Beastie now going to be looking to turn the tables on his opponent and really take this game by storm. Keep in mind, in this series, he's already up 1-0. In the event he wins this game, that will take him through to 2-0. This is a best of 7. So that will mean that if he gets another win after that, he'll be going on to match point. And that's not something that Puppypaw wants. You know, this is early in Puppypaw's career. He wants to try and make this stick, but he is struggling right now, that is for sure. More villagers continue going down. Puppypaw on 47 villagers compared to the 43 of Beastie. And the villager count is slowly but steadily evening up. We hear attack alarms over in every single corner of the map right now. Beastie just raiding behind enemy lines, just causing so much havoc. And you can see these villagers on the backside here trying to do a classic little chop. Not going to be the case today. They do get reallocated, but now Beastie Cutie going to be coming through on this position. There's another ram coming down, and with that, this is going to be very difficult for his opponent, Puppypaw, to hold on to. We'll take a look at Puppypaw's perspective and see how he's doing. You can see that he's still really stuck in this corner. That's about it. That's the only place he's really gathering food. Everything else is just going to be those farms. He manages to repel, manages to hold for a brief amount of time. No textiles has come in just yet for him. A knight on the backside is definitely going to help out Beastie Cutie. We'll tune in with him and see how he's doing, because it is just production for days now for Beastie Cutie. Still on those 2 stables, expanding out everywhere. Just the three blacksmith, the 3 archery ranges. You can see he's only got 5 production buildings, but he is posting non-stop units towards that front line. 4th battering ram now joining the battle, and Beastie Cutie looking very strong. Just beautiful macro, impeccable macro right here. Less than 350 resources in the bank for him. It is absolutely beautiful stuff. And now those battering rams going to be working towards that 2nd town center. With the 2nd town center, obviously much lower health than the 1st town center, 7,000 versus 2,400, and we'll be able to focus that down. But we see the villagers getting pulled. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. We enter into the cinematic mode as Beastie Cutie looks to take out his opponent for the 2nd time in a row. The archer's going to fall back. The battering rams looking like they might be in a bit of strife. Those villagers really looking to get greasy with it all. And now those archers going to be able to tee off towards them. The battering rams trading out very effectively against those villagers. And now the villagers turning their attention down towards this battering ram on the south side. Beastie Cutie looking very, very strong as it continues forcing the issue here. A lot of upgrades have come through for him at the moment. Keep in mind, he's got those +1 ranged, +1 armor as well. And now we see that the Knights on the front line just going to be able to tank up for this position. Look how much damage they're able to soak up. All of these archers just putting in single shots. But that second town center, it's going to go down. And with that, villagers being traded out for those battering rams. But you don't know if the trade's really worth it. I tell you what, it's definitely not. He manages to secure up this second town center on the south side. But good game gets called. Beastie Cutie victorious in the second game as well. And moves on to 2-0 in this series. We'll take a look at the final graphs. And fellas, if you're watching this on YouTube, which of course you are, I want you to go check out EGC TV's channel. I want you to go there, be there 15 GMT on Sunday. That is correct. I want you to be there. I want you to check that out because that is going to be the grand finals. And one of these two guys will be playing. Will it be Beastie Cutie? Will it be Puppypaw? That is the question. Look at that military count. That right there. You can see where it all went wrong. Where it all went wrong. Fellas, I hope you guys have enjoyed this game. It's been a quick one. It's been a good one though. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.